Ever feel like you're stuck in a cycle you can't break? Like your habits are secretly running the show and you didn't even get a vote? Here's the truth. Your habits are controlling you in ways you probably don't even notice. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's get real for a second. You know that feeling when you've been scrolling on your phone for hours and suddenly it's 2 a.m.? Or when you say, I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes? Yeah, that's not just you being lazy or unmotivated. That's your habits, tiny, everyday choices, quietly shaping your life. And spoiler, they might not have your best interests at heart. But here's the good news. If bad habits can control you, good ones can too. Let's figure out how to take that control back. Habits are sneaky. They start small, harmless, even a quick scroll on social media before bed, a couple of nights cutting back on sleep to binge watch your favorite show, grabbing fast food because it's just this once. But over time, these tiny decisions snowball, and suddenly they're not just things you do, they're who you are. And the scary part? Most of us don't even realize it's happening. That here's the deal. Habits run on autopilot. They're like software programs in your brain. The more you repeat them, the stronger they get. And that's great if your habits are helping you grow, but if they're holding you back, that's when life starts to feel out of control. Let's break it down. Here are a few habits that might secretly be messing with your life. 1. The phone addiction. Let's talk about your phone. Ever feel like you can't even sit in silence without grabbing it? That's because every notification, like or scroll, gives your brain a tiny hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. But here's the catch. The more dopamine your brain gets from quick fixes, the harder it becomes to find joy in real life. You're training your brain to crave shortcuts, and that makes focusing, being productive, or even feeling happy way harder. How to start fixing it? Try setting phone-free zones, like no phones in the bedroom. And if that feels impossible, start small. Maybe 30 minutes before bed. Put it away and see how you feel. Spoiler alert, you'll sleep better. 2. Bad sleep habits. Speaking of sleep, how's yours? If you're the one more episode type, let me ask you this. When was the last time you woke up feeling truly rested? Sleep isn't just about recharging. It's when your brain cleans itself, processes emotions, and gets you ready to tackle life. Skimp on sleep, and you're basically running on a dying battery. How to start fixing it? A consistent bedtime is your secret weapon. Your brain loves routines. Pick a time and stick to it, even on weekends. Bonus points if you wind down with something relaxing like reading or journaling. 3. The dopamine overload. Ever wonder why nothing feels exciting anymore? From endless TikTok scrolls to eating junk food, we're drowning in dopamine. The problem? Your brain gets so used to the constant hits that normal, everyday things like a good conversation or a walk outside start to feel boring. How to start fixing it? Take a dopamine detox. No, you don't have to go off the grid, but maybe skip the fast food or put your phone down for a few hours. Let your brain reset and remember how good the simple stuff can feel. 4. Procrastination and instant gratification. Procrastination, the thief of time. You know you should be working on that project or hitting the gym, but Netflix and snacks, they're just there. The problem is every time you choose instant gratification, you're reinforcing a habit loop. Avoid effort, get a reward. And breaking out of that loop, it's tough but not impossible. How to start fixing it? Trick your brain by making the hard stuff easier. Hey, working out? Lay your clothes out the night before. Struggling to start a project? Promise yourself you'll work on it for just 5 minutes. Momentum is magic. Here's the big takeaway. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. But you do have to start noticing the habits that are controlling you. Awareness is your first step. Once you see the patterns, you can start changing them, one tiny step at a time. The best part? Good habits are just as contagious as bad ones. And once you replace the habits that drain you with ones that actually help you grow, life feels so much easier. You start feeling in control again. And trust me, that's the best feeling in the world. To wrap it up, your habits are powerful. They're shaping your life, whether you notice it or not. The bad news? Some of them might be working against you. The good news? You can change them. It's not about being perfect. It's about being aware and making small, consistent changes that add up over time. I'll dive deeper into fixing specific habits in my next videos, but for now, start small. Pick one habit and focus on improving it this week. You'll be amazed at how even tiny changes can make a huge difference. Hit subscribe and start taking back control, one habit at a time.